This video is if you want some extra practice on this last type of exponential equations that we are solving. So on this type, you have numbers on each side and the exponents have variables in them. Now, if we could rewrite these with the same base, then I could set them equal. Well, I know I can rewrite 8 as 2 cubed, but there's nothing I can rewrite 5 as, so I can't make the bases equal. And if I can't make the bases equal, I can't set the exponents equal, and so that's why I have to go to this alternative method. And so what we do is we first take the log of both sides, and it's the log base 10, so when it's base 10, you do not need to write the base. So I'm going to have log 5 to the x plus 1 on one side and log 8 to the x. Okay. Then I'm going to take this exponent and move it out in front. I'm doing that using my properties of logs. Okay, so when I do that, the x plus 1 is going to come in front, and then I have times the log of 5 equals x times the log of 8. The next step that you need to do is distribute the x plus 1. Okay? So this is going to be x times the log of 5 plus 1 times the log of 5. Well, 1 times anything is just the log of 5. On the other side, we haven't done anything, so I have x log of 8. Now to solve, I want to get the x's together, just like I would in a regular equation. Think to yourself, what if you had 5x plus 6 equals 8x. Well, you would subtract the 5's x, wouldn't you? Well, that's what we're going to do now. We're going to move the x's together. Here's the catch, though. When I subtract them, I can't do 8 minus 5 or anything like that. I have to just kind of leave them like this. So my left just remains, because these canceled out, the left just remains log 5, and this is x of log 8 minus x times log 5. Now, it's really helpful if we can factor out that x. So the left is going to stay the same, log 5. On the right, I'm going to factor out an x, and I get log 8 minus log 5. Because I divided both of them by an x, I pulled it out. Just like if I had 3x minus 4x, I could factor out an x and I'd be left with 3 minus 4, right? You've done that before. That's what we're doing here. It just looks weirder. Okay, so now this last part I want to rewrite. So this is going to be the log of 5 equals x. And remember, using our log properties, when it's subtraction, it means multiplication. So this is the log, no, I said that wrong, division. So this is the log of 8 over 5. Then to solve, we're going to divide. Oops, except I can't make an 8 all of a sudden. A log of 8 over 5. And that's your answer. But somehow we got to put that into our calculator. So grab your calculators and let's put that in. Now, before you put it in your calculator, you got to remember that your calculator does not understand order of operations. So you want the numerator to be in one parentheses and the denominator to be in one parentheses. Okay, keeping that in mind, let's put it in our calculator. So the top, it goes in parentheses, and it's on the top, I have log 5. Now, I need to close this parentheses on the right to close the log, but then I need to add a second parentheses to close the numerator. For every left parentheses, you need a matching right parentheses. They have to go together. Divided by new parentheses, because now I want all of this to be in the bottom. On the bottom, I want the log of 8 fifths. Now, 8 fifths goes in one parentheses because I want to take the log of whatever that is as a decimal. Okay, so this first parentheses, close the parentheses on the log. This next parentheses, close the parentheses on the bottom. And we hit enter, and we get to the nearest thousands, 3.424. And there's our answer. All right, let's try one more. So again, I can't make the bases the same, so I'm going to rewrite them using log. So I'm going to take the log of 3x plus 4 equals the log of 5 to the x. Now using my exponent properties, I'm going to move the exponent to the outside. That gives me x plus 4 times the log of 3 equals x times the log of 5. I'm going to distribute. So when I distribute, I get x times the log of 3 plus 4 times the log of 3 equals x times the log of 5. Okay, group the variables together. So I'm going to subtract x log of 3 from both sides. So when I do that, I get 4 log of 3 on this side. Now remember, log of 3 is a number. It's some decimal. So this is a decimal times 4. Okay? Now on this side, remember, I can't do 5 minus 3, so I have to write it out. X minus the log of 5 minus x minus the log of 3. Now I'm going to factor out the x. I factor out the x, and I have the log of 5 minus the log of 3. Let's see if we can simplify that right side. Using my log properties, subtraction means division, so I have the 4 log of 3 equals x, and this is going to be the log. I can combine those as 5 divided by 3. Last thing, I want to get x by itself. I'm going to divide both sides by the log of 5/3. These cancel out. Now I have to take this part and put it into my calculator. But remember again, when you do this, your calculator does not understand order of operations, and so you need to put the top and the bottom in parentheses. All right, so let's put this in our calculator. So on the top, starting the parentheses, we're going to have 4 log of 3. Close the parentheses for the log, close the parentheses for the numerator. Divided by, start a parentheses for the denominator. On the bottom, we have the log of 5/3. Close the parentheses for the log, close the parentheses for the denominator. Hit enter, and we get 8.603. Oops, 603. I hope that helps.